That's right. All praise the Creator and nobody else. That's right. Now let's get going. Let's get going right here. So, everybody's talking about this war apparently. Now they trying to cover it up. And, you know what I'm saying, cover up the fact that they've been lying. So we're going to get down to the bottom, which of course you know I already did. So all of a sudden, they gonna do this, they gonna do that, they gonna do this, right? Yeah, and they was talking about blackouts at one point, right? Blackouts, you know, and all that stuff. And they go, oh, we gonna have war, we gonna have war, we gonna have war, we gonna have war. Y'all gonna have war, right? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now all of a sudden they want to have meetings.
Уважаемые друзья,
Dear friends, I'm here at the request of the President of Belarus. He asked to greet you and ensure your work as much as possible. As it was agreed with Presidents Putin and Zelensky, you can feel free and secure. President Lukashenko hopes that in the course of current talks, it will be possible to find a solution to all crisis issues. All Belarusian people pray for the success of this event too. All your requests and proposals that consider this meeting will be unconditionally obeyed. We are looking forward to the results.
Ain't that funny? So what's really going on? I'm not saying nothing's happening, but it sounds like they trying to hide something. Sounds like they're trying to hide something, right? That's what it sounds like, they're trying to hide something. Right, now hold on. Then they put this up.
You've been broke all pandemic, and then your friend goes, oh, you didn't know you could claim $750 Cash App? No, I did not know. If I had known.
The most powerful strike with a tactic.
They put this up, right? They hide a new barrel now. Look how everything is red. The sky's red. When they showing stuff, they're not showing the ground getting hit. They showing clouds and stuff. Watch, just watch.
Missile, Iskander-M, on the ammunition depot of the Armed Forces of Ukraine was caught on video. The consequences of the strike of the Iskander-M OTRK on the ammunition depot
They're trying to say it's missiles, but it's not.
Of the Armed Forces of Ukraine could be seen 40 kilometers away. Tonight, a powerful blow was dealt with the use of the Iskander-M OTRK on an ammunition depot in the Cherkasy region of Ukraine. As a result of an...
Y'all seen that, right? That's the view of the sky. Why they didn't show the ground?
Accurate hit on the ammunition depot, a huge amount of artillery ammunition was detonated, which led to a powerful explosion. On the presented video frames, you can see the moment of the launch of the Iskander-M tactical missile. According to a number of data, the video was filmed in the Belgorod region. As a result of the exact hit of the rocket, a strong detonation occurred, which led to the formation of a huge dome of...
Now look, if that was the hit of a rocket, that building would have been, that whole section would have been done. Come on, man. That was a rock from someplace.
Fire, which could be observed from a distance of 40 kilometers. This can be seen in the video footage provided. Among other things, the Avia.Pro news agency also obtained a video taken by a car registrar, in which you can see that the flash from the explosion is so strong that it is actually blinding. Over the past...
Notice how they showed you two different videos. The flash that at night, right? It didn't look like that. Then they're going to show you this video. This video is not a real video right there that they showing on this part.
2 hours, a huge number of military infrastructure facilities of Ukraine have been disabled. However, the situation is quite heated up by the fact that the armed forces of Ukraine still have Bayraktar Technams attack drones, a huge number of anti-tank systems and manpads, including foreign ones.
You're starting to see the lie fall apart, right? The lie starting to fall apart. The lie is starting to fall apart. They're hiding something. They're hiding something, right? Oh,
This is Rap Sun, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacy and teachings of my dear father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family. What you are seeing here is imagery. And one thing that started to strike me weird about this whole Russian invasion on Ukraine is it started to remind me of the false flag events that they show on the news out here, to where you don't see one dead body, you just see a bunch of people standing around. They look, for the most part, unconcerned, and you'll see wreckage of buildings, you'll see a firefighter here or there putting out fire, you'll see a jet go by, but it's all looking staged. You'll see the movement of the tanks and vehicles and everything like that. But again, no dead bodies, no warfare going on, and then everybody is so bold. You have the Ukrainian president bold after warning the people, oh, don't go outside because there could be Russians disguised. Then why are you so boldly going outside, making a video, sending it so the people can see? Wouldn't you be worried, or wouldn't anybody be worried about the president's life, that he's going outside, that he could get sniped, that any of these undercover Russians could take his life? But he seems very unconcerned, and the people, they seem too bold and too relaxed for an invasion and a war to be going on in your country, because that puts your life at risk, but that also puts your family's life at risk. You wouldn't be so nonchalant and not caring about it. And then you'll see in this clip right here, it says 2/25/2021. They released it 2/25/2022. Is the year wrong on there, or are they just putting out false information? And then another thing that was strange is that according to them, Russia's usual tactics is to cripple the communications, knock out the power, and things like that. Yet, as you can see in the coverage, that they still have lights. Obviously, they still have a way to communicate. If the president is able to put out a video and everyone can see it in the country, then why is Russia deviating away from their usual tactic?
It's not a fair fight. The Ukrainian military is far outgunned, far outnumbered in terms of the sheer firepower that Russia has. The first thing that's going to happen, and we've already seen hints of it here, is there's going to be a cyber attack. So they cripple communications, including going after
A cyber attack? But hold on. They outgunned. They outmanned. They can't fight these Russian dudes. But so why Russia use a cyber attack? That don't even make any sense. Keep watching.
the Ministry of Defense. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. The lights will go out, the electricity will go out, people won't be able to communicate. It's obviously going to make it difficult for anybody trying to defend this territory.
And then something else that struck me as odd is you have NATO sending 47,000 troops, yet none of them are going to back Ukraine in this so-called conflict. So why are they there? And then you have one of the civilians in the subway saying they hope that they only stayed there in the subway for one night. If it's an invasion, why are you expecting it only to be one night? And again, you can see the lack of concern and the lack of worry.
The NATO alliance is activating its rapid response force for the first time in a defensive role in Europe. Up to 40,000 troops will bolster allied countries close to Russia and Ukraine. And 7,000 American troops ordered to Europe yesterday could soon make up part of this NATO Force Europe. But none of these troops will be helping Ukraine. As some flee the cities, others seek shelter in Kiev's subways.
We have a little food and toys. And I hope one day, one night, but if so, we can stay there a long time.
And then in these next two clips, you have supposedly Russian soldiers that's been captured by the Ukraine civilians, and when asked why they are there, the two, they have no idea why they are there or what their objective is. And then the one that was captured by itself says his objective, they was just told to gather the Ukrainian people. Why?
Все заново.
Я гвардии капитан Бекоев Владимир Русланович. Лично 559-881. 11-я бригада. Войсковая часть 32.
Бригада чего 11? ВДВ. Ты кто?
Я Касаткин Натан Юрьевич. Личный номер ЛТ-19 1674. Ефрейтор 3-й десантно-штурмовой рот 11-й отдельной гвардейской десантно-штурмовой бригады.
Олег, зачем вы это делаете, Олег?
Приехал, блядь, с Москвы, Олег.
The ground is shaking.
Вторглись в нашу
The whole ground is shaking.
Мы не хотели войны.
Зачем вам говорили, вы сюда едете? Забрать людей. Людей мирных забрать?
Людей. Мы не хотим войны, Олег.
Суммы.
А зачем ты тут?
Центр города.
And then you are told that men 18 to 60 are to stay and fight and help defend Ukraine, and they are not allowed to leave. Yet in another clip, you clearly see men in that age group at the Poland border.
Like that call for all men aged 18 to 60 to stay and fight back to save Ukraine. They are not being allowed to leave the country. Ukraine's defiant president posting a video with his top officials telling the world, quote, "We are here," and that Europe said never again, but here we are.
Poland, one of the more popular options for refugees. Officials there saying more than 100,000 people have crossed the border as of today. And some of the busier crossings could take people up to 12 hours just to get through. But officials are handing out free water, hot beverages, food, and supplies.
Now the questions remain. Why is Russia in Ukraine? Why is NATO sending 47,000 troops over to that area, yet they won't assist or help Ukraine? Are they covering up planet hell? Are they there to shoot down the meteorites and everything that comes from it? Is this why they are staging this false flag? I'll let you take a look at these next video clips to decide for yourself. And then I'll have Wrap the News finish it up.
And within the hour, sounds of war could be heard in Ukraine's capital.
And from what I'm told, you're gonna there you see it right there. You can see some of those explosions, those yellow flashes of light. This is near the city of Kharkiv, which is near the Belarusian border in the in the country's northeast. This is not far from the Belarusian or the Russian border where
Нифига себе.
Ой, Аллах.
is on the scene for us in Kyiv right now. Looks like those skies are still showing the result of that attack, whatever it was, but it's pretty illuminating right now.
Wolf, it is extraordinary. I mean, this attack happened just about half an hour ago when we heard this loud strike on that area of southwest Kyiv. And for the past half hour, you have seen that glow in the sky. Really bright red, just sort of reflecting off of that cloud right above it.
You can clearly see that's planet Hell. That's Nibiru. That's that planet-like spaceship Hell. That's right, it's hell inside that son of a gun. Demons, 3 of them ride that ship, and they looking to open up. Waiting. We got the warning shots. Falling from the sky. Missiles don't look like that. Oh yeah. Planet Hell. 1,500 something degrees hot.
Жесть.
The fallen ones ride that shit. That don't look like no missile to me. Don't look like no missile to me. They trying to hide planet Hell. Brimstone from the sky. Some people call that thing Tiamat. Did y'all notice that? What's really going on? Uh-oh. Gather up his weapons, right?
This is Raptor News, and warning comes before destruction. Those flashes in the sky is a warning from the Most High God to say time is almost up.
Now listen to these strange booms that sound almost from another planet, from another planet, from another planet, from another planet.
I've never heard anything quite like this before.
The whole neighborhood felt 2 large booms.
Okay, we've got some call on it. Like the whole building shook. My car was on, and I could hear it from inside of my car with my window cracked about that much.
I'm not an expert on these things, but it sure was scary.
It's been happening once a week. I mean, someone's blowing our houses off the foundation.
Over the weekend, they were so close to my house that it made us uneasy. That just something's not right. A little bit between a shotgun and a cannon.
It just sounds like a bomb dropped from a plane.
Are we being invaded? Are we being invaded? Are we being invaded? Or that kind of thing. That's how severe it was. I hope somebody figures out where it's coming from. And I hope I don't hear it again.
This is the Destroyer. If you are not familiar at what the Destroyer is, it is a planet used in a biblical timeline to destroy the wicked off of the earth. Believe that or not, it is our climate change. It is also our global warming. In times gone past, according to the scriptures, the same planet flew over, and it is the thing that helped part the Red Sea. It's also the thing that made the ocean disappear in the Bahamas recently. It also was the thing that rained down hard brimstone on the towns of Sodom and Gomorrah. We are now seeing the end time event on our horizon. And out of nowhere, this thing is suddenly going to show itself like a sun. And what is written is that it is going to enter in at top speed, and it is going to make a loud bang noises. The heavens will be shaken, and the earth will shake violently and keep shaking. It's not going to stop shaking. And then meteorites are going to be flung down on the enemies of the Most High God. Every meteorite sent down is arranged for a targeted center, believe it or not. God is sending so many warning signs right here all over the world. If you look real close, you can see this.
Go hard fact. But see, they trying to hide it. Good job, young rap. They trying to hide it. They trying to hide it. So what is going on with the going ons? Is this something bigger to the picture? Is this something bigger to the picture?
Hey guys, we're giving away a ton of these DeWalt samples today. Just fill out our quick two.
There's something bigger to the picture. Listen up.
Well, are U.S. banks now in trouble? Well, according to a couple of sources, because we issued sanctions on Russia, there could be a retaliation effort by Russia that specifically targets our banks with cyber attacks. Now, obviously, I do believe we should issue sanctions on Russia. They are in the middle of Well, are U.S. banks now in trouble? Well, according to a couple of sources, because we issued sanctions on Russia, there could be a retaliation effort by Russia that specifically targets our banks with cyber attacks. Now, obviously,
So the plot thickens. So in other words, since they are United States and the Union banks the UN banks cut Russia off and sanctioned them from doing certain money business. So now that Russia's going to affect United States Bank so that it'll all crash, right? Oh, okay.
Man, I am so glad that Washington, D.C. is getting involved in sending aid over to the brave people of Ukraine so that we can help support and defend free and fair elections over there and their democracy.
Since Mr. Putin made this decision around Crimea and Ukraine, not because of some grand strategy, but essentially because he was caught off balance by the protests in the Maidan and Yanukovych then fleeing after we had brokered a deal to transition.
Brokered the deal? Oh, so you put your own puppet in there and now Putin wants him out. That's what's going on too, right? I told y'all. Listen up.
Or in Ukraine.
What the hell did you just say?
After we had brokered a deal to transition power in Ukraine.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. The president of one country is brokering a deal to transition power to set up the president of another country? Huh. That doesn't sound like democracy to me. And free and fair elections? I don't think so. People ask me all the time, hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff and does it really work? The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my... You know what this guy is? First, let's listen to what he says on this little video, this 40-second video that he produced. We're going to listen to what he says here. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. There's a lot of people that feel sorry for this guy. You know what this guy is? First, let's listen to what he says on this little video, this 40-second video that he produced. We're going to listen to what he says, and then we're going to kind of translate that into reality.
Всім доброго ранку, українці.
Good morning to everyone, Ukrainians. Lately, there has been a lot of fake information online that I call on our army to lay down arms and to evacuate. Listen, I am here. We will not lay down the weapons. We will defend our state because our weapon is our truth. And the truth is that
Where's the we? Where's all the soldiers behind them? Where's everybody at? Where's the we?
this is our land, our country, our children, and we will defend all of that. That's all that I wanted to tell you. Glory to Ukraine.
Це будемо захищати. Ось і все. Ось це і є те, що я хотів вам.
Wow, now that sounds commendable. Sounds like a nice guy. It sounds like he really cares for his people. But let me offer up my own translation. In my own opinion, you can fact check me or whatever, fact checkers. Hi, I'm puppet clown, comedian, and actor, dangling like a marionette from the strings of bankers. The banker-controlled NATO and the UN. I was installed during the 2014 coup overseen by the Obama administration to serve U.S. military/Zio interests.
Since Mr. Putin made this decision around Crimea and Ukraine, not because of some grand strategy, but essentially because he was caught off balance by the protests in the Maidan and Yanukovych then fleeing after we had brokered a deal to transition power in Ukraine.
And I betrayed my people for power and profit. That's what this guy should be saying. If somebody gave him sodium pentothal or something and he started telling the truth, that's what he'd be saying. He'd be saying, did you know on a reality TV show I played the Ukrainian president? And now here I am, actor and comedian, living the role as the Ukrainian president. Only the reason I'm in my position is not because of the democratic process and the vote of the Ukrainian people. No. I was installed through a coup, a United States NATO-driven coup where the Obama administration actually installed me, and that's the position that I currently have. And oh, by the way, did I tell you that I'm friends with Klaus Schwab over here? Yeah, Klaus is my buddy. But this is for the Ukrainian people. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. This is all smoke and mirrors. This is dog and pony. We are in the big top, watching the center ring of the distract, deceive, divide, demoralize, dehumanize, and conquer campaign of mainstream, fake stream, CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media. That's what this is. In my opinion. This is my opinion. Who am I? You're just a freaking YouTuber. You don't know nothing. Who are you? In the backwoods over there in Oklahoma. Where's that on the map? Jeez. Yeah, just go ahead and discount it. But the facts bear it out. That's the U.S. government's own documentation that there was a coup in 2014. Obama actually admitted to it. They installed their guy. Now, why would they do that? Why would they interfere? Why would the United States government interfere with a free and fair election, as though that were even a thing? What would they say if, Russia interfered with our election? Oh, that's right, we know what they say. They take you through the ringer. Russia interfered with our election. That's why Hillary Clinton didn't get the presidency in 2016. So they don't take too kindly when they think there was foreign interference in our free and fair elections. It's just ridiculous. But they don't mind doing it to other people, and that's not the only people. Regime change is the operation of the CIA, guys. That's what it's all about. And it's usually to secure U.S. military-industrial complex interests. Not American interests, U.S. military-industrial complex /Zio interests. Because who controls Congress, which is the opposite of progress? Who controls Washington's district of corruption? Where do all those lobbyists come from? Where do they funnel all that money through? How do they buy off all those senators and congressmen so that they can make all those laws to make us less free and more impoverished? Where does all that come from? Key bono. Who benefits? Follow the money. Where does it go back to almost every single time? I think you know. I don't even have to say it. Pretty much anybody who's got two brain cells to rub together knows where all that money's coming from, where all that money's going for, who's accumulating and centralizing all that power. Because that's what this is, guys. In my opinion, What you're seeing play out on the world stage, actually just on your TVs, because we see, camera footage from people in Ukraine showing a completely different story. What you're seeing is the 29th missile launch is brought to you by Applebee's. World War II will be brought to you by Glazed Chicken Fingers. Get your glazed chicken fingers before that mushroom plume blows up in the sky. Back to you, Brad. Hey guys, we know with the way things have been going, it can get really interesting really quick. So make sure you and your family have a